guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Wednesday, so I figured I would do a whip and chat. Took me a while to decide what to work on, so I picked up my Once Upon a Fairy Tale again, and now I'm on the second row of pages. It is Wednesday for them, it's just not Wednesday for me, but it'll be Wednesday when I post it. So anyway, I've already got some of this page already done, just because I carried on with the threads while I had them, rather than cut them off and like work strictly to the pages. So I hope you guys are all safe and well, and still looking after you. Everyone here is good. I say good. The kids are good. Rob's good. Oh dear. The last couple of days, the weather here has been just blech. Today was worse than yesterday. We got up this morning. I go and help Ellie with a paper round. I do suffer for it for the rest of the day, but she doesn't like going on her own, so, you know, it is what it is. So I help her. We sort of get it done in a timely fashion. Now, yesterday, it kind of rained off and on, but we managed to, I think, avoid the rain. I think it started sort of after we came home. So, today, when I got up, yeah, there was absolutely no chance we were avoiding that rain. It was, oh my gosh, bucketing it down. Anyway, we don't use a paper bag, A, because my shoulder just won't support that, and B, I don't think Ellie really wants to carry a bag on her shoulder either, so we take my shopping trolley. Now the bag's waterproof, but I've had it quite a while now, so there is kind of some wear and tear on the front. So as much as we were trying, we managed to keep the papers mostly dry. I've lost myself now. No, there I am. Anyway, it was clear that the hole in the bottom, near the bottom of the bag, was breaking through. So we both had an umbrella. Now I've got one of these big, I don't know that you call them golfing umbrellas, but it's big. Not huge, but big. And then Ellie's got her little dome see-through brolly. So we were both covered. So what we did, she carried the handle of the trolley and I held the trolley up by the base. So we got it in our, essentially in our arms, but under the brollies. Here. So that kept the bag pretty dry for the rest of the way. No, it was funny trying to get round big puddles on the path and stuff. Yeah, it was just, I will be honest, we did have a laugh about it. And then I rang the other half and said, look, I've got my phone. I might as well just nip in Home Bargains and get everything we need for today. He said, okay. So, across the road, sort of. And there was a car coming, so I tried to get on the, sort of on the grass out the way. It wasn't a path, it was grass. Now, I should have been wise. I should have been, but I wasn't, okay? Don't judge me. The grass was sodden. This is how wet the grass was. There was puddles in the grass. Right. Now I stepped onto the grass, but then I tried to sort of step over a puddle that was in the grass. Yeah, I really wish I didn't. Whoops. My foot that I stepped over the puddle with. Now, I've told you guys before, you know I'm accident prone. I've just done it again. You guys know I'm accident prone. So, that's why, because I did that one wrong. So yeah, the fact that I've just said I'm accident prone, you know exactly what's coming. my foot that I stepped over the puddle with just went out from underneath me. And the next thing I know, I'm on my belly, on the grass, caked in rain, caked in mud. Caked in rain? No, that's not really a thing. Soaked from the floor being wet. And caked in mud. Now, I can see the funny side of it. I did feel a bit of a fool. Bit of an idiot. You know, because you always know there's going to be people around watching, don't you? You know, because you've been there, someone else has fallen over and you've kind of looked away as if to say, oh, I wasn't watching. I didn't say nothing. All those people stood at the bus stop. There was a bus there. There were cars behind it. So the world and his wife saw me. So, yeah, just, it was unbelievable. So I got soaked. I'm paying for it now though. All my muscles are hurting, really. I don't know if it was just the trying to stop myself from falling or I don't know, but I really hurt now. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. But yeah, it was funny. I think all I heard from Ellie was, what the heck? It happened so fast. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So that was my life event for this week. I don't plan on having any more. And I will not be walking on grass when it's raining. Not a chance. Right, the next one, third one in. At least all the papers were delivered before I decided to go and, you know, throw myself on the floor. My other half says, you can't go in home bargains, you're covered in mud, you're going to look an idiot. I said, oh well, I don't look any more of an idiot than I do to everyone that just saw me hit the floor like a sack of spuds. So I gave myself sort of, you can't really call it a dusting off because it was wet, not dusty. I kind of used the sleeves of my jacket to kind of rub everything down a bit so it didn't look so bad. At least I was wearing black bottoms so I could kind of give it a rub and you couldn't really tell then. But my jacket is grey. Light grey, I might add. So it was all down the back of my forearms, my belly. It was crazy. Funny but crazy. What else have we been up to this week? Not too much. I haven't really I haven't really cross-stitched much this week yet. Yesterday I kind of got my hook out and a ball of wool. I have, not too long ago, I decided I want to try and design maybe a crochet cardigan pattern or something. And I did, and I have the photo of the cardigan and stuff. But I knew at that time when I left it, I would need to check the pattern. But once you've, what's the word? Once you've been through a pattern and you've like put it together and you know how the pattern goes, it's hard to follow a pattern then because you already know in your head how it goes. Does that even make sense? So you can't pattern. I see, what I'm saying is, I can see now why they get pattern testers. Someone designs it, then they pass the pattern on to see how easily readable it is by someone else. That's kind of where I was going. But it's been a few months. It's probably been longer than a few months actually. Yeah, it has been longer than a few months. Anyway, it's been a while. The pattern is, it's like me reading a new pattern, you know, and following someone else's because I don't remember. So what I've been doing sort of yesterday was reworking that pattern, and it's a good job I did because I found my own mistakes. So I'm kind of reworking it back up and rewriting the pattern. I found all my pencil notes because that's just how I did it. I'd write down every little thing I did and whatever. So I'm kind of reworking that just so that I have a pattern that is workable. I think I plan on at some point designing a couple more and selling my patterns, because it's not, oh well, everyone's, I don't, this is hard to explain. Your own worst critic is where I'm going. So I always look at my patterns and think that I don't think they're good enough for, like, to sell to other people. But, you know, I just need to stop being so critical of myself. It's a pretty pattern. So I just need to suck it up and then see what other people think of it. Whoops, sorry guys. But it is, I've actually got a couple of patterns. They're all wrote out in pencil. And this one that I'm retrying, I had already started the typing up process and stuff. Hadn't finished it, but I'm glad I hadn't finished it because the mistakes that are in even the printed copy. Yeah, just... Yeah, and then I made a blanket with the same pattern. So that would be lovely as like a two-piece. I probably could design either a hat and some booties to go with it, but I'm not an expert anyway. But you know, it's a whole new ball game trying to write a pattern, because you've literally got to know everything you do, how you do it, and then you've got to think, well, someone else might not know how to do that particular thing, and you put in a picture. It takes a bit. I think I have to lower this down. My fabric's in the way at the back. I'll do it after. No, not that one. As you will have noticed from my Instagram on Sunday, I did manage to get the whole row page finish on Sunday. I was so chuffed. The amount of colour changing though I had to do was just frustrating, and usually I'll find it's because I've missed stitches. I've already done that colour. It just so happens to be that I've missed 1 or 2 stitches here and there. So it was frustrating because that's what takes the longest, you know, so either sewing in your end or doing the pin stitch thing at the end. It takes forever. And then you've got to get your new colour out and pin stitch it just for like 2 or 3 squares, sorry. And then you have to tie that one off, and it literally was, I believe, about 12 stitches in the end that I needed to do to finish that page row, or row of pages. But it just took longer because of the threading the needle, unthreading the needle, tying it off, whatever, you know. It's all good. I'm going to have to take me some headache medication shortly, or just pain meds. Usually when I get pain like this, I start with a migraine later on. But I don't know if it's migraine pain or if it's muscle from falling over. I didn't even fall, I just slid. Sort of. Oops. I came home, I was so cold. And you know when you hit that point you just can't warm up no matter what you do. Well, that was me earlier. I'm warm now, but I'm sitting right by the radiator now. I'm not sat in my usual seat because I couldn't manoeuvre the camera. Oops, so I'm in a slightly different setup today. Sat by the dining table. Come on. And I've had to hire my floor stand. So my settee's lower than my dining chairs. Sorry, I'm just focusing. I don't mean to go quiet. I just do. I have also been looking into, because I am a stay-at-home mum, I have been for a while, and with the kids homeschooling at the moment, that's a good thing. You know, so someone's here. But I have been looking into either setting up my own website and like selling my patterns and maybe some project bags and some needle minders, or setting up a shop on Etsy. I don't know. I want to, because I don't want to, you know, rely on other people. I want to be able to stay at home and do what I love and share it with everyone else. Come on. Okay, give me 2 seconds. I need to drop my arm. You will see my frame shake. That's because I haven't got it. I haven't got you guys attached to the frame, so if the frame shook you wouldn't see it, but that arm broke. So I've got you on my ring light stand at the moment, and I think I've got my frame just a little bit too high. So my arm is like raised, which means it kind of goes dead. Anyway, yeah. So I think it would be worth a go. I'm still looking into it on how on earth I'm going to set myself up. It would mean that the internal shed, that's what Rob calls it. I call it an outhouse. It is like an indoor shed, but it's fairly spacious. I would need that space. And I would need to obviously renovate it. Storage, desks, or work surface, whatever. Let's drop back down here. So I could have that space just for doing what I need to do. But I would also need to make sure that it's gonna work, you know, So I've been thinking about things that I could do. I mean, my blanket patterns would be a start as well as any crochet patterns I've got that I need to obviously turn into patterns, type them up and stuff. Let's jump here. And then, like I said, I've got the needle minders then, not necessarily made by me. I can buy pins and whatever and make them into needle minders. Then I can do project bags. Maybe. Some with, some without vinyl. Even though vinyl's quite a big thing now, isn't it? Everyone seems to like the vinyl front project bags. And the ones Cal makes, Cal's Crafts, are amazing. They are gorgeous. She's always posting pictures on her Instagram. That lady, she works, she grafts really hard. Fair play to her, she deserves it. She's doing really well. Okay. Come on. Okay, right. Oops. Hoping I'm not getting in the way of you guys seeing. Mind you, if you're anything like me, you listen. It's like I stitch while I listen. So it's not necessarily I need to see. But you never know, so that one. And that's that. Right. No. My belly. I apologise if you can hear my belly. It's making some right noises today. It's probably disgruntled at the at the battering it got this morning from hitting the floor. So what have you guys been up to? Anything exciting? I hope you all had a good Valentine's Day yesterday. I got some chocolates. What do you get someone that has everything? I really don't think at this point I need any more cross-stitch patterns. Want, maybe, but need, no. Mind you, I need to kit up my, finish kitting up, should I say, my new Mickey Mouse coffee one. And the Shooting Star by Carolyn Manning. And I was thrilled to be told that one of my subscribers, Abra, has been enabled. She loves the pattern as well. It reminds her of spring, she said. And it does. It has that you know, spring vibe about it. It's like the lovely not too bright colours. You know, the green, I think it was green, pink, blue, yellow, but all softer shades, not so yeah, so I think that's another pattern added to her stash. I don't know when I'm going to get to start mine. It depends on when I get the threads and stuff for it. I might actually wait and save, because I've got a couple of other patterns as well. Save it for Mania, Stitch Mania in May. Then I've got some new starts to do then. I've got 3. I've got 2 more after that. I could kit up 5. I tell you, there's just not enough hours in the day. There really, really isn't. Let me just see where I'm at. Okay, I can't sit here for too much longer. Let me just twist myself a little bit. Okay, my belly. Honestly, oh, now I fell out my needle. Hold on. No, it helps if I have my needle the right way. There we go. Boop. Yeah, so where was I? Yeah, I've got the Yellow Brick Road is now kitted up. If you remember, I had an issue with the fabric. She said it was cream, but it looked a very pale-ish yellow. It really did look yellow. So I tea dyed it. Now, here's the issue. I left it too long. So it went quite dark, but I didn't want a dark fabric. I wanted like a light tea. But in my defense, that was my first time ever of dyeing any kind of fabric with anything. So I learnt my lesson. Anyway, I decided I didn't want to just throw the fabric away. So I put it in the sink with a lot of water and a touch of bleach. And I left it for 10 minutes, gave it a bit of a swirl around to make sure it was all, you know, soaked in and whatever. And I left it for 10 minutes. Hold on. Is that it? Yeah. I left it for 10 minutes. Went back to it. It was getting there. It had lightened a fair bit, so I decided to give it another mix up and then leave it for a further 10 minutes. And it was, if it wasn't for Riley, it would have been sat in there for about an hour because he kept coming down going, Mum, it's been 10 minutes. And then when I said, all right, okay, it's still not light enough, because he'd stand with me and check it. It's still not light enough, so I'd give it a swirl and say, right, well, I'll give it another 10 minutes. And then 10 minutes later he'd come down, Mum, your fabric. So after the second time, I think I kind of judged it. I had to remember the fabric was wet, so wet fabric always looks darker than dry fabric. So I wrung it out, rinsed it out, wrong order, but you know what I mean. Yeah, so I rinsed it out, wrung it out, put it on the radiator, and when it dried, oh my gosh, it was perfect. It was just exactly what I needed. So the Yellow Brick Road from Little Dove Designs is all kitted up now. Mickey Mouse, Coffee and Shooting Star are partially kitted up, so I've just got to finish the threads for those. Then I have the Day Fairy. I think that's just fell out. Thought it had. The Day Fairy and the Night Fairy. Oh my gosh. I can't even remember who that's by. Is it Lenarte? Something like, I think so anyway. If it's not, I'm sure you'll correct me. I have the book, it's put away. So I need to get fabric and threads for those. So then I could have like 5 potential new starts in May. For May Stitch Mania. Because I would like to take part in some way this year. Because I didn't last year, that is, I didn't do it. So I really would like to give it a go this year. I mean, even 3 new starts would be will be okay with me. Come on. There we go. Where'd you go? Come on, I know you're here. It's got stuck to my fabric. If I don't get it, it's going to pop through the fabric when I rethread my needle. Where'd it go? There she is. I don't want to have to flip my things, see, because it's hard. It's not like having a Lowry stand where you can just loosen it and flip it over. This one doesn't work quite like that. Anyway, I think I've rambled enough. Let me know what you guys think about whether I should do a website or a shop, or do you think it'd be a good idea? My crochet blanket patterns would, I think, would be good, because I always draw them all out myself. I never take it from an image of someone else's. Anyway, let me know what you guys have been up to too. Anything exciting? Okay. Thanks for watching, guys, as always. I have fixed the PayPal link. I say my other half did. He goes, here is the link, I'll send it you. So the link is down there. Anything that gets donated, I promise 100% goes back into my cross stitch. But you don't have to. It's only if you really, really would like to support me and my channel, then that would be absolutely awesome. And I always share everything I buy. So all that's left to say is, guys, enjoy the rest of your week. I hope you have a fabulous weekend as well. And I will see you on Sunday for my next floss tube. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.